Hey everyone, it's OZChris and welcome back to OZChris vs DC Comics for week 2 of DC's releases in June. So we have Batman and the Outsiders number 2, The Batman Who Laughs number 6, Detective Comics number 1005, The Flash number 72, and Justice League Odyssey number 10. So starting off with Batman and the Outsiders number 2. So let's get the, I think it's at the end. I hate when this happens. No, it's not. Shit, it's not at the end. It was at the start. Boy, I'm an idiot. Okay, onto it. So, Lesser Gods Part 2, written by Brian Hill, art by Dexter Soy, colors by Veronica Gandini, the cover itself by Tyler Kirkham and Arif Priento. So, Batman reveals that Caliber, the one that has found Sophia, is actually working for him, a former arms dealer from Markovia that Batman saved, as Caliber puts it. And so as Batman gets Black Lightning to prepare the rest of the Outsiders to rendezvous with Caliber and Sophia prepare to defend themselves from Ishmael. Ishmael is the one that's hunting her down. He's working for Ra's al Ghul, hunting down anyone that's part of the ARC program. So, as Ishmael prepares himself as well to track down Sophia, Sophia has this really intense moment. She tries to end herself until Ishmael arrives to attack, leading to this big battle between Caliber and Ishmael, and then the rest of the Outsiders appear to fight Ishmael as well. So some really good battle moments here, and that was mainly just the issue. It's just a lot of fighting. So, but regardless of that, or regardless of the fact that it's just a lot of good fight scenes, I'm going to give this issue a 4 out of 5. I really liked it. It's just, sometimes the story doesn't have to always be just, talk, progress the plot every issue, and leave nothing good there. The battle itself is just to mainly show the threat of Ishmael, and by extension, Ra's al Ghul, to help in a way progress the plot, as Ishmael at the end kidnaps Sophia and sorry, losing my voice today. But I think this was a really, regardless of that, regardless of the fact not particularly a lot goes on in this issue. I thought this was a really good issue, regardless. Saying regardless a lot, I'll stop. But yeah, this was a good issue. I really liked it. The art and the coloring, 4.5 out of 5. The art and coloring of this is really, really, really good. Especially these end parts here where, this panel here, or this page here where Ishmael appears, and the ensuing fights between Caliber, and then when the rest of the Outsiders appear. The art and the coloring in that is extremely well. And the cover itself, 4 out of 5 for the cover, is really good art, really good coloring. Caliber takes the kill shot. Well, Caliber's not really the enemy, so it's a bit kind of in a way, it's a misleading cover, although you're not supposed to know until you read it that Caliber is actually working with Batman, so kind of to throw people off. So it kind of works in that way. So in the end, this is another good issue of Batman and the Outsiders. So on to The Batman Who Laughs number 6, written by Scott Snyder. Now I think this one is definitely at the end. Yes. So, written by Scott Snyder, art by Jock, colors by David Barron, and I got the variant cover, which is by Jenny Friesen. So, Batman activates Last Laugh, but he still believes he has a way of defeating the Batman Who Laughs, who is still going about trying to hunt down all these other alternate Bruce Waynes that he's bringing forth into Gotham City, but Batman has stopped him and gives him a he calls him out. No, I'll meet you in the location of the last Bruce Wayne that you need for your plans. We'll have our final showdown. And while all of this is going on, Jim and his son James need to prepare for the Grim Knight. The Grim Knight is going to be there to try and stop Batman's plans. So the Batman Who Laughs and Batman have seems to be their final fight. This isn't the final issue, by the way. It was supposed to be, but they have their big confrontation with each other while Batman is still... He's on the brink. He's on the brink of becoming the Batman Who Laughs, while Jim and James don Batman Beyond armor, Batman Beyond suits to take on the Grim Knight. But no, the Grim Knight, being Batman, has thought ahead and has disabled all their disabled their suits, so he has the edge on them. But in the end, Batman is not able to outsmart the Batman Who Laughs. I mean, he's pretty much facing himself, and his plan doesn't work. So, story 3.5 out of 5. It was good. I liked it. I still like the fact like Batman still thinks that he can get one up on the Batman Who Laughs, which isn't going to work because the Batman Who Laughs is him, just without any restraints. So this never-ending will he or won't he overcome him? We all know he will, but we don't know how. That's the thing. The art, 3 out of 5. It was average, but I think. But I will say, these pages here, when Batman confronts BWL, I think the art was good in those aspects. But overall, the art was okay, average. The cover, I got the variant by Jenny Frison. 4 out of 5 for that. Really creepy, menacing. Frison's covers perfectly capture just the creepiness of the Batman Who Laughs. And also, on a side note, I really hate the lettering in this. Like, the red lettering here just to show, like, Batman's on the brink of becoming the Batman Who Laughs. I hate it. I really do. I'm sorry, but to the person who lettered this, the lettering in these parts, they are so hard to see. Like, I really had to... It's not going to look good in here because of the quality of the camera, but in person, I had to literally put my eyes to each of the boxes just to read it. I could not read it normally because of the lettering. Like, you should have chose a different color. Just any of these ones, the color on the lettering was not good. It was really hard to read this comic because of it. Just for those parts. Everything else was okay. But just for those parts, like, the lettering was, oh boy. But on to Detective Comics number 1005, the conclusion to Medieval, Savage Son, written by Peter J. Tomasi, art by Brad Walker, coloring by Nathan Fairbairn, and the cover by Walker and Fairbairn. So Batman and Robin have their final confrontation against the Arkham Knight and the Knights of the Sun. She's planning to release a day bomb, like similar to what she did near the start of this in the start of this story arc, but much grander and much bigger. But she's using Arcane to slow down or to stop the Batman by creating these giant walls to impede his attempts to get there. So Batman is going to go through the walls, trying to dig and cut his way through the walls, while he has Robin deal with Arcane. But then he's cornered by, not Robin, but Batman is cornered by Dr. Phosphorus, who's sent to try and burn Batman. Joke's on you, he's Batman. It's not going to work. But the Arkham Knight is able to set off as she puts it, the totality. Don't think it has anything to do with the totality in the Justice League, but her her end game, the totality, a giant day bomb that blinds everyone. She wants to blind everyone to as she puts it later on, to help people see the truth. The truth that truth being Batman is evil. They don't need him. He's not the hero that Gotham needs or deserves. And Batman tries to bring her back to her common senses, revealing, he wasn't the one that killed her mother. She's being very hypocritical that she wants to protect citizens and the innocent, and she's harming them right now by bringing them to the brink of blindness. But Batman is able to, despite the fact that he also gets blinded, he's able to defeat her, and the day is saved. So story 4 out of 5. This was a good conclusion to Medieval. I really enjoyed this story and this issue, and I really like the banter and the banter and teamwork with Batman and Robin. Tomasi has had experience already with the two, so he understands the character, and it's something we haven't seen a lot of, particularly with this Rebirth onwards continuity, especially with Batman. It's they're father and son. We don't see a lot of the good father and son moments, and we see this as well with Batman and Robin. There's some great moments here with each other and also by themselves, especially here with Batman facing off against Phosphorus. Great pages right here. The art and coloring, 4 out of 5. The art and coloring was really, really good. Using this page again, I love this page. Is the art and coloring of that is so good, and then especially when the totality is set off. These pages here of Batman almost being brought to blindness himself, fighting off against the Knights of the Sun and fighting off against the Arkham Knight in one final showdown. Great art and coloring on that. And the cover itself, 4 out of 5. Night fight, yes. The Dark Knight versus the Arkham Knight. Good art, good coloring, good cover. So this was a really good end to Tomasi's second arc. Sorry, I keep forgetting about the post 1000 arc. This is a good end to his second arc, and that brought in the Arkham Knight. Really liked it, really enjoyed it. And on to Flash number 72, Rise of the Rogue. So chapter 3 of year 1. Written by Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter, the art by Porter, the coloring by Hi-Fi, the cover by Porter and Hi-Fi. So Barry faces off against his first rogue, the Turtle, and by sheer accident, he's able to defeat him. So mainly with this issue, Barry's he now has to have a mix for his life. So having to live as both still as a forensic scientist, dating Iris, and being a superhero. So this is a great page for that, portraying that. And slowly he's building up his reputation as the Flash. He's still not called the Flash yet in this. Someone coins the term. One of the kids coins the term. It's just like, he totally took those guys out in a flash before I even blinked. So Barry slowly becoming the Flash we all know. But we're introduced to another of the rogues, a future rogue, Leonard Snart. You can obviously tell by the glasses. And when Iris goes to confront one of Snart's crew members, she gets put in danger and Flash saves her, but there is consequences that arise from that. So story 4 out of 5. This was a really good issue. Showing the not only just the rise of the rogues, the rise of Barry as the Flash. We've seen that portrayed really well in this issue, and him trying to find a balance between 3 aspects of his life now: his job, as a forensic scientist, his life with Iris. Now they're kind of hanging out and dating. I think they're officially dating this, or they're just really close friends and whatever. And his life becoming a superhero, he's now committed to that as well. And also the consequences of having to balance out all three of those at the same time as well, particularly the last two. Really good issue. The art and the coloring, 4.5 out of 5. Really good art, really good coloring. There's, like I said, this page, the page here, and then later on when Barry goes to save Iris from one of Snart's crew members, Clive Yorkin. This page here as well, so good, so great. Really love the art and coloring in this, and the cover, 4 out of 5. I like it. It's a good cover. You know, Rise of the Rogues. You have although not all of them appear, you only see mainly 2 of them. You have the Turtle, who will be obviously the main antagonist of this arc, but we are reintroduced to Snart for year 1 as well. But regardless, it is a good cover. And onto the last one, Justice League Odyssey number 10. Here Be Monsters, written by Dan Abnett, art by Daniel Semperi, coloring by Ivan Placencia, the cover by Semperi, Juan Albarran, and Placencia. So the JLO is split into 2 teams as they have become pretty much treasure hunters. They're looking for the relics that will help Darkseid activate Sepulchre to help save the multiverse. But Jessica and Cyborg have their concerns about their teammates. Azrael and Starfire are pretty much all 4 working with Darkseid. So Jessica and Cyborg believe that they might be influenced by him. Starfire's powers are starting to increase, starting to grow after touching the multiverse key and officially helping Darkseid, and Azrael's powers as well, using his voice to convince people to pretty much almost control them. So they're worried that they're falling under the influence of Darkseid, but the 2 assure them that they're not. It's we're gonna betray. Well, not really betray. We're gonna one up Darkseid in the end. They just have to at least save the multiverse first before this all happens. So story, 4 out of 5. This was good. This was a good issue. No, it is a good, interesting, kind of topic. Like, it's obviously, it's going to be obvious in the end. Darkseid is manipulating them for his own plans. Saving the multiverse is just one thing, but there is going to be something grander, obviously, with Darkseid. It's not just, he doesn't want to just simply save everything. Like, there is an ulterior motive, and given how quickly Starfire and Azrael are okay with working with Darkseid for now, Jessica and Cyborg, particularly with Jessica, as she is the odd one out. She never received the voice, the call to come to the Ghost Sector. She was just patrolling and got involved. Their concerns with their teammates and hoping that they're not fully under the control of Darkseid. So it was a good issue issue to explore in this issue. The art and the coloring, 4 out of 5. I really like the art and the coloring of this. Really good. Especially in the scenes here with Jessica and Azrael, their parts. I really like the art and coloring in that. And I don't know, the kind of the slightly darker tone in the rain makes the art and coloring look much better compared to the parts with Cyborg and Starfire. That's just my opinion on that, but the cover, 4 out of 5 for that as well. Really like the art and the coloring. Good kind of symbolism with the whole Cyborg and Jessica are worried about Starfire in Azrael. So, you know, you have Jessica flying through the cyborg statue while the Starfire and Azrael ones are left unharmed. Good symbolism, or maybe I'm just making something out of nothing, I guess. But I like the cover. Sorry, I like the cover regardless. Good art, good coloring on the cover, and that is it for those. Oh boy, 20 minutes for this video. That's quite long, but that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.